Are back. Live Pretty cool grand finale you arranged for us.
You did it.
For the viewers.
Oh, you got it.
Me and the don't know, we have 60-year-old retired Henry Brodt, 1998 champion. 2000 David Rowell from Birmingham, Alabama. So should be an interesting matchup. One way or another, somebody's going to be a repeat champion here. And spent some time with these guys before the match, just kind of talking to them. I've been watching these guys play pool for the better part of 15 years, and I think they're both, as they've gotten older, they're both playing the best pool I've seen them play in a long time, maybe over a decade. In fact, I was kidding with them earlier and said, man, you guys have really managed to turn the clock back. I feel like we're at the turn of the millennium again, which is, when you came to this tournament back in 99, 2000, the guys to beat were David Rowell and Henry Brodt. And they've been back for several years playing, but have not been able to really get over the hump. The competition's gotten a little more difficult, and so spent some time with them, and we'll talk a little bit about that throughout the match, kind of what these guys are up to. Looks like David on the break. I don't know if that's exactly what he was looking for on the break either.
No, he wants to go. He wants to go to the side rail. I had actually just talked to him about his break, and he wants to go to the side rail though. But he's getting kicked down under the table when he hits it a little too hard. And what you were saying just a few minutes ago, and again, just to let you know, this is Alvin with Inside Pool. I'm here with Jason Bowman, the marketing director of the APA. The mega ship of the pool industry. So we appreciate
the mega ship.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. I'm glad I'm on board, and David Rowell and Henry Brodt as well. Let's get our.
Yeah, great storyline here for the finals. Great story. I told them both. I said either way, I got a good storyline for the magazine and the press releases.
Definitely
one way or another. So, just a reminder to the viewers too. This is an extended race here in the finals. The U.S. Amateur Championship, double elimination until you get to the final round. And then it becomes a extended race, which is a race to 11, 13 possible games of 9-ball, 8 possible games of 8-ball. So buckle up. We're going to have hopefully a little bit better match than we had the last last match, David versus Ernesto, in which David shut him out 7-0. So hopefully he'll give Henry some shots at the table.
Well, I'll tell you what you were saying earlier is about the experience, and this just proves my theory. The older you are in this game, the better. This is one of the few sports where age actually, up to a certain point, that knowledge of thousands of more racks of pool, the problem solving is there. You could just see so far ahead of things. So
right. It's interesting. I was talking to Henry. Both these guys, obviously very experienced players, have been around the block a time or two. And I asked him, what's the difference in your game? He said, my body. He's, Henry has had bad knees, and he finally has retired, relocated from Illinois out to Laguna Beach. I said, Laguna Beach, so he's living the life on the West Coast.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is he said he had both knees replaced. So I think the physical part is there a little bit more than maybe it had been the last few years for him, and so that's a good thing. Particularly as we move to the third day of a generally pretty long tournament for these guys.
Sure has. It's been.
And same kind of thing for David. David's no spring chicken anymore. He's 54 years old. I was talking to him. He just sold his pool room there in Birmingham. He sold back in January. So he's been focusing more on giving instruction and doing his custom cues. I know we had a lot of people commenting about his Purple Heart cue, which I confirm with him is one of the cues that he produces. So kind of cool.
We're a couple old guys too. We're almost 40 years old, both of us.
It's crazy. It's crazy. We just realized we're the same age in our conversations. But yeah, been around the industry a long time. It's funny.
Sir. Now I was curious, how do you get involved with APA and all this and pool in general?
Right. Yeah. Most people think you know, you've got to be a good pool player to work at APA, and I generally tell people I am more of a poster boy for the handicap system because I am not good at pool. You know, I was graduating college at the University of Florida.
Okay.
Back in December 1999, was looking for a job in sports marketing. Was originally from St. Louis, and they had an opportunity for kind of low man on the totem pole in their marketing department, basically a marketing assistant. You know, shuffling paperwork and back then getting film processed and things. So. Just kind of worked my way up over the years, and 16 years later, it's been a great ride, and now kind of get to run the marketing ship. We've got a really talented group of people. I know you've met Steve, who's here.
Steve's great.
Steve's our in-house videographer and photographer.
Greg.
So if you've seen any of the photos we've been posting online, any of the video content that we'll put out, we just got a great team. We've got yeah, you mentioned Greg, who does the website. We've got Becky.
Mega Brain.
Yeah, we've got an entire team.
Yeah, you do.
They make me look good, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
You do a great job, man.
So
you're the leader for sure, and that's what's needed. A good leadership is everything. And even these guys, these players, part of their game is leadership. They're the leaders of the pack, and whatever pool room they're at. And they got to represent their rooms and their sponsors. And
I was talking to a few people before the match, and these are both names that carry a lot of weight when you get to this particular tournament. You know, there's generally about a half dozen former champions that come out. I think we had 6 this year, and you know, people are always looking on the bracket to see, you know, if I win this, when will I have to face Ernesto, or when I run into David, or
that's what you hear here. That's
Henry, because they've got so much experience with this format.
That's the story. That is the story. At this place, everybody's watching out for these giant amateurs. I mean, Henry hit pockets balls so well, like the way he hit that so nice.
The other thing he said, the biggest difference for him is he's more relaxed these days since he's retired. So Henry is a very soft-spoken guy, if you ever talk to him, but very modest and soft-spoken, super nice guy. Both these guys, really great guys.
You know what I really like about his game is the way that he puts his cue down and then gets down in the stance. So what he's doing is he's looking at the angle from up here, laying his cue down, then he builds his stance down around that. And that's so, man, you do not gamble with the guys like that.
Yeah, you know, I think that might have been kind of an adaptation in his game as he's gotten older, particularly physically.
The angles look different from up and down.
I don't know, because he definitely does that very pronounced now, and I don't necessarily remember him doing that back, you know, in the early years. But
that's how I shoot. I put my stick down and then I build my stance around it.
He's very methodical. He is not in a rush when he's at the table either. You know,
Niels Fand, all the great players do that in certain points of the. I think that there's a different stance for every shot, a different form for every shot. So, all right, we'll see what he's got here. 1-0. He also is going for the second ball break, but he did not hit it correctly. Yeah, he's giving that table the look.
I think he's probably kind of pleased that he doesn't have to deal with that. He's going to turn that over to David and let him try to kind of clean that up. That's
let David do all the work, miss a ball, and then he can run out.
I tell you what, though, the way David's been playing, you know, we saw it with Ernesto. He'll just kind of pick away, pick away, pick away. He doesn't get frustrated if the pattern's not there right away. He's another one that can be pretty methodical, and it looks like he's going to get started here.
Yep, he's reverting into slow motion mode again. He was in super fast motion with Ernesto. Now he's back to old reliable. He's got a great attitude. I love this guy's attitude. He just seems like a really, really nice guy.
Yeah, he's one that plays in our, of course, both these guys plays in our Masters program there in Birmingham, and was out in August at the national event. I think he said his team actually got knocked out by Ernesto's Masters team. So these guys all kind of run in the same circles. I mean, they see each other quite a bit. David actually was undefeated in this tournament until this morning when he ran into Henry on the bracket there. So his only loss thus far has been to Henry. So I know he is definitely looking to avenge that here if he can.
That's going to play into his mind too.
So that was a Hill. That was a Hill match earlier.
I called that too. I said it right at the beginning. I said this is going Hill. There's going to be some crazy finish, a lucky finish. And
I don't know if I've ever seen your chat here as quiet as it's been. I think
it's because they changed. Yeah. No, they changed the format of the chat.
Oh, okay.
they don't no longer see at the top. It used to have everybody's name up there,
Right.
and you'd see this guy's there and that guy's there, and so people kind of, and then the moderators. So it, and then everybody chatted down below that box, and now they have it where the people are on one screen, and it's not the same. It's kind of like I'm sure you've been to like sites and stuff that you love the way it works, and then they update the site, and then wow, this is terrible.
Once you've mastered it, everything changes. Yeah, that's the way life goes.
They evolve into a not as good of a.
Right.
But fortunately, nothing changes in the game of pool because there is nothing else. There's 6 pockets and 6 rails. Yeah, he's going to have a problem getting down table here.
I think that's what he was just trying to size up there.
So is there like a giant APA top secret office building in Missouri with like biometric scanning?
There is.
That you got to go through.
Yeah. It's very top security. It's sits on top of a hill in Lake St. Louis, Missouri, about 40 minutes west of downtown St. Louis, and with a big sign that says APA out front.
Nice.
So it's pretty easy to find. We're pretty welcoming there. That's been our home for a long time. Our founders, Terry Bell and Larry Hubbard, both part of the Billiard Hall of Fame, settled down there back in the early 80s and set up our office. So, yeah, if you're ever coming through St. Louis, that's our home, right west of downtown there. Can't miss it. There's not a whole lot in Lake St. Louis, so our office building sits right up. We have the 3rd floor of an office building there, and we've got about 55 staff members that work out of that office.
Wow, that's a lot of people, man.
It is. Most people don't realize, how many people it takes for us to do what we do. They see the tournament and they think, well, how hard can it be? Well, it is hard, but we've got it kind of mastered. But that's because we've got a lot of really sharp people and enough people to do what we need to do. So most people are real surprised when they come out to the office. And I will tell you one other thing about the office is we don't have a pool table there. That's the other thing that people are surprised by. They show up and they're like, "Where's the pool table?" Unfortunately, we just don't have the space to have a pool table in there. So yeah,
pack full of.
We have to go across the street to our favorite bar to play league play. Yeah, we have an in-house office league since we can't qualify for any of the higher level stuff. So we just all go over there after work and play in a small in-house league with against each other. So
is it valleys or big table?
They're all small. They're all 7-foot tables. I almost said the BB word, bar box, which we try not to say.
Yeah, that's why I said valleys.
Yeah, most of our activity is on the 7-foot tables, but again, one of the unique elements about this particular event is the 9-foot tables, which I know that these players really enjoy.
Now, can you break and run out on 8-ball on a bar table?
Can I?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No. I mean, there may be the rare time that I got lucky, but no, it's
no.
I literally am a skill level 3 in APA.
Okay.
And that might be generous.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
on
sure
the high end of generous.
I'm sure you don't have much time to play pool.
It's tough to play with the travel and stuff.
You probably
is
have a
difficult.
family and everything. So.
I do. I've got a 2-year-old daughter and a wife who also works at APA. They're back home, but. Of course, we love pool. It's at the heart of everything we do. So we try to play when we can. It's just tough to play kind of on a weekly basis sometimes.
Well, with a 2-year-old baby, you're not going to be able to play much pool.
Yeah.
I don't have any children, but I know people that do. And playing pool is very low on their list of things to do.
I've found that I have a lot less time for a lot of things since we've had a daughter. So.
What is nice about having a pool table at your house is it's always something to do. If you have, not you particularly, but people. Pool's a great thing. It brings your family together.
Sure.
That's why I like this game. That's why I like, I prefer, I like the goodness of like APA and what this is about. It's not, this tournament's about its prestige. It's about your name in history, going down in history. This is, you know, it's not about who's going to make what and how much are they going to make, and you know that's done every week of the year.
Sure.
Let's do something for the sport, and that's what this is. This keeps the sport.
Well, we use that tagline, you know, a title lasts forever, and with the traveling trophy, the Larry Hubbard Trophy. Of course, Larry Hubbard, our former founder, passed away 2013. You know, his name bears that trophy, and you know, each player that wins, their name goes on there forever. So, kind of a cool thing. You know, you kind of become immortal in a certain
Absolutely
sense. So. It's a title that's forever on your resume, something that you can always be proud of and look back on with a lot of pride. So,
yeah, look at how nice everybody's dressed and how clean everything is and good in the room here.
yeah, you know, I think the fact that guys like Henry and David, that they continue to come back year after year or try to come back long after they've won. I mean, they've accomplished what there is to accomplish.
Right.
Henry was our first champion to win back-to-back.
Wow.
And so, you know, but they just love the camaraderie, the competition, the format. You know, there's just a lot of things that, you know, we get virtually all positive comments from those that show up at the event.
And what is the format for those that don't know?
So it's a combination 8-ball and 9-ball. The men race to 7 up until the finals. The match we're watching now is a race to 11, an extended race, because it's now single elimination. So you've got 13 games of 9-ball here and then 8 games of 8-ball. Obviously, they've started in the 8-ball set, so they're in their 3rd game. They will play 5 more games of 8-ball, and then they'll lose a few balls, and they'll start playing with the diamond rack.
Yeah, they'll start racing. This is day 3 of the men's tournament. Day 5 total of this U.S. Amateur Championship.
Probably about day 7 for you here, right? You got here a couple days early to set up and everything.
I left Ohio about 9 days ago. And, yeah, the women's tournament came down to Dana Aft.
Yeah, who was a former champion, and Stacy Bourbeau, who was in only her second time here. She was here last year. I think she finished in 3rd, so nice improvement for her.
Absolutely.
See another guy walking past us, Jason Richko, who's a former champion himself. I think 2010. He's from this area. Played in the event this year. So.
Yep.
How you doing, man?
How you doing, Jason? Good.
Good tournament this year.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Everything go good for you? Excellent. You know.
We were just talking about how those of you guys that have won this event previously continue to come back. You know, and it's like. What would you say? What would you say brings a guy like you back? I mean, you've already obviously won the tournament, but you know, what is it that brings you back year after year?
It's fun. The tournaments run really, really good, and it's good to play and not having to play for anything. You're playing for the championship. You're playing for a trophy. I mean, that's the greatest thing, and it's something that it's very difficult to do. People think you could just get in this thing and win it, and it's very hard. And you keep coming back to challenge yourself, and the players get better every year that qualify. I mean, and that's what's amazing, like you said, about former champions back here. I mean, that's amazing. Henry, it's been a long time, and David too. I mean, that's great.
We were just kind of chatting about that. Did you run into either one of these guys during the tournament? Did you have to face off with either one of them?
No, I've played Henry multiple times. We're from Chicago. He used to live in Chicago, and growing up, I played him multiple times. David, I've played him about 4 or 5 years ago. That's it.
Okay.
So.
I don't know how much you've had a chance to watch him during the tournament, but we were just kind of commenting that they've really turned back the clock here. You know, they both seem to be playing better than they've played in a long time.
They're both playing really good. I mean, I watched a few of their matches today and yesterday, and both of them are really putting it together, taking their time. They played good all 3 days from what I've seen. Every time I've watched them, they're doing something right. So I'm very happy to be watching them. It's always good. You could never learn too much. You always need to learn something.
Always something to learn. Always something to learn.
Absolutely. It was a good tournament. It was fun for me, and I would like to be here in the finals, but I'm watching them. So.
Sure.
Yeah, Jason's one of the staples of this area. If you come down to play pool, you will find him. You will run into Jason Richko.
And this your home room here, Strokers? This is where, this is where Jason plays quite a bit. So
he's in here playing one pocket every day, aren't you? No. Yep.
It is. Strokers here. Jason's
Excellent
is commenting about Strokers, who, I know we mentioned it a couple times in the earlier match, but Jose, who runs the place, is a pool player, guy that's actually been in this tournament before, runs a really great place here. And a testament to that is the fact that we come back year after year. If the room wasn't, there, that's the number one component is a good room, which means good tables, good food, good environment.
Yes.
They're even kind enough to cut out the smoking for the weekend. They do allow smoking here most of the time. But when we come down, they say, hey, nobody's smoking.
Yeah,
and so they take really good care of us. The servers and staff here, exceptional.
Yes.
So if you're down this way, you're looking for a game, or you just want to come check out some of the local action, Strokers is where it's at over here in Palm Harbor.
Absolutely.
For sure. Right on US 19, just north of Highway 60 when you come over from the Tampa side to Clearwater.
Yep. Come on down US 19. Put your life in your hands. No, it's not.
If you've been here to the event, you know what Alvin's talking about. US 19 is quite the highway. Quite the highway.
Later.
Thanks, Jason.
It's like a freeway. It's definitely like an expressway that people turn on and off of.
Yeah.
They get moving. No, it's a lot of fun. That keeps your blood moving, man. Keeps you young. All that excitement.
Looking in, we got about 330 some odd viewers.
Okay.
So a nice little audience we've got going on. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the finals of the 2015 U.S. Amateur Championship.
That's it. Here we are.
One of these two players will win a spot in next year's U.S. Open. That's kind of the other nice prize that these guys get. We do send them to play in the U.S. Open. I was talking to Kenny Brisbane at the beginning of the tournament. Was asking him about his experience there a few weeks ago because that event just took place.
Yeah, that's great.
Sounded like he had a little bit of a tough tournament. It's one thing to come into a tournament like this and play great, and another to go into a world-class event like that. And But I think he held his own. He said he did win a match against the name escapes me now. A guy from the Philippines that I think finished like 13th overall. So
Ignacio.
Probably. Yes, that is that was the name.
Yeah, that's a wild. You're gonna find a bunch. They're gonna find 100 guys that shoot like him over. But I really like that the APA is, tries to do a little bit with the pros, because that's not really what you guys do. So, but it's nice that you take a little bit of time and give the pros some attention, like you mentioned. You've been mentioning about Moscone Cup and stuff, and that's nothing.
Moscone Cup, which is coming up here in a few weeks. In fact, I'm going to be out there in Vegas for the first few days of that. Are
you going?
I am going.
Okay.
If you've never been to the Moscone Cup, oh my!
I worked for Matchroom Sport one year doing it
with Luke and those guys. Yeah, great organization. Of course, they're based overseas. They're over there in England, but
top-notch event.
Wow,
and that is the event. You've been there, obviously.
I was there, and for the first time 2 years ago when they were in town. They were at the Mirage and over there in Vegas, and coincided with Jeanette Lee, who we sponsor, who actually is down here living in the Tampa area now. But
I didn't know that.
She was inducted in the Hall of Fame that year, 2013. So we made our way out and we're there for her ceremony and checked out the first couple days of the tournament. So I had to go back this year. It's going to be cool. If you've never been to a professional pool event, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this one will spoil you. It's just unbelievable from the production standpoint. It's
in the play.
They do it right. You've got hundreds of fans there. It's something else. It's something unlike you see in the United States.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like it. And I've seen it when USA's won, when Strickland's been there, and just wild.
It'll be interesting to see how that goes this year. We had
is
Mark.
It at the MGM Grand?
It is at the Tropicana this year.
Okay.
The first full week of December, we had Mark Wilson, the captain of the U.S. team, was at our office couple weeks ago. Of course, he's based out of Lindenwood University.
Yeah, he's in Missouri there.
Yeah, he's running a pretty cool. And if you ever get a chance to stop in there, what they've put together there for the students there at Lindenwood, extremely impressive pool room.
You don't have a Missouri accent though.
Is there a Missouri accent?
I just noticed that you do not have a Missouri accent. Yes, there is.
I don't know if there is. It's funny because when I lived in Florida, everybody said, "Well, you have a northern accent," and then when I moved back from Florida to Missouri, everybody said, "Well, you kind of have a southern accent." And I thought, pretty sure I sound exactly the same, and you guys don't know what you're talking about. But
I apologize for interrupting you. You
no,
were
that's
talking
all right.
about Mark Wilson.
Yeah, Mark. So Mark is he was out at the office a few weeks ago. He's the Moscone Cup team captain this year. In fact, I saw they rounded out their picks, I think earlier this week or last week for the team. So
we gotta
be interesting to see how they compete this year. They've had a tough go of it. The U.S. has the last several years. Part of that's just a testament to how good the European team is.
Oh, man.
Because I know Mark is a great coach and I think gets them well prepared. But
I mean, you guys got guys like Niels Fan, who's one of my favorite players.
Right. And you got some history with him, right? Dating back to the Akron days.
Yeah, I've known him. He was the first player I ever knew. But just the sheer power of his game it's unbelievable. And you get to see guys like that, Darren Appleton, and like you're saying, the European Mika Immonen. I mean, these guys don't miss a ball for weeks.
Right.
So
we'll see if
if
he's got the U.S. team ready to play. They're actually coming to St. Louis, the Moscone Cup team, in early December. They're going to be at the Ballpark Village, which is where the Cardinals stadium in St. Louis is. They've got a big entertainment facility, so they're going to be doing some clinics and shows there in the St. Louis area. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to go down and check that out. And
good.
I was talking to Mike Duchesne the other day. He's going to be there. We're going to sponsor him in the Moscone Cup. So
really,
we do try to.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome.
We do some work with the pro
that's
side.
That's the point of
for years. We were we're a big sponsor of the Women's Professional Billiard Association. Of course, they have fewer events these days. And
sure. Well, things are change every year, and nothing's like it is before. So
Henry finishes this one.
Yes,
out.
he does.
That's
good.
I don't think a lot of people realize how much APA does. Well, I don't think a lot of people realize the fact that APA began as So the way I understand it, back in the late '70s, just a quick history lesson while they were at.
This is good.
A number of there were some
mouth.
investors that were wanting to get into put some money into professional pool. So they bring together a lot of the great players of the era, which included Terry Bell and Larry Hubbard, our founders. And some 28, 30 other players. And most of the focus there was, let's put the money into this tournament, let's put the money into that tournament. And Terry, I think, was the one who stood up and said, until we have a fan base, until there are amateurs that understand the game and can appreciate it, we're never going to be successful at the professional level. And I don't think that was a I don't think that was a huge I don't think that went over very well in the crowd. Most people were like, no, we want to put it into the tournament. With one exception, that was Larry Hubbard, who would become his partner. They both said, I think Larry said he's right. And Larry at the time was a very accomplished player, one of the best players during the late 70s, Larry the Iceman Hubbard. Yeah. And so the two of them just kind of charted off and did their own thing and got Anheuser-Busch involved. But if you go back to our roots, we were founded essentially to serve as an audience for future professionals. So
I like that.
Understanding that they've got to understand the game, they've got to understand the rules. Back at that time, people would go from town to town, and every pool room you went into played by different rules. There was no consistency. So they understood that until there's that consistency, people aren't going to fully understand the game. It means they're not going to appreciate the game. It means they're not going to watch it as a spectator. So kind of how a little history lesson for you there, Alvin, on APA's.
No, that's good. I love knowledge.
APA's roots there, but
no, that's great. Knowledge is power, man. I learn from everybody, and I try to, adopt methods of those that I get around. Oh, look at that, butchered it.
Yeah. So as we've been chatting, it looks like Henry is quietly pulled out to a nice little lead, and David, uncharacteristically, there dogs a shot.
I wish I had a camera on his expression because I don't think it would be very good. They're over there in the gray area.
Now in our 5th game of 8-ball, so we'll play 8 games of 8-ball, and then they'll move over into the 9-ball set.
That's where it changes. Things change. We were talking about that last match, how one player can dominate an 8-ball and the next can, just from having him not as good of a break, get the set run out on him.
Yeah, and I'm not sure either one of these guys would tell you that they prefer one or the other. I did not see who won the lag and who opted to start in which set. I don't know if you saw that, but I think David actually prefers to play 10-ball. It's probably what he would say.
Oh yeah.
Henry's kind of a purist, so I'm guessing he's more of an 8 and 9-ball type guy. But
yeah, he's definitely got the old style game. You can tell he's got a conventional shaft on his cue, and he's
no glove on his hand. You don't see Henry playing with a glove.
Playing with no glove. Yeah. Old, he probably got an Elk Master tip.
Slow and steady.
Gets it done, doesn't he? One by one. Yep.
I tell you what, you won't meet much nicer of a guy in this, industry than Henry. Just he's just
nice guy, huh?
Soft-spoken, just very modest. I can remember back in the late '90s when he, again, he was our first repeat champion, so we kind of created a marketing campaign around him, and you kind of want him to get this. We did this whole King Henry type theme,
okay.
and
I like that.
I think it was just a little weird for him because he was just kind of so modest, and here we're calling him King Henry. So we're getting
pumping him up.
Get a little comment here. Yes, this is the final. You're watching the finals of the 2015
That's right.
U.S. Amateur Championship featuring David Rowell and Henry Brodt playing a race to 11, an extended race. 13 games of 9-ball and 8 games of 8-ball. They are in their 5th game of 8-ball currently.
Yes.
So Henry leads slightly, 3-1.
Yep. Henry's trying to saw this one off. Get another title.
Take that big trophy over to the beach. Of course, we got rain today. They got our referee, Mark Lancaster, over here. He's always kind of the class clown of
Yeah, he is.
But I tell you what, he's another one of our guys that works with APA and does a great job as he's making faces at us while we talk here on the stream.
Yeah, he seems like a lot of fun to hang out with.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's one of our league operators. He league operator in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, that's a huge pool town.
It is. A lot of 9-foot tables there. Most of our leagues take place on the 7-footers, but in a market like Raleigh, it's almost all 9-footers.
Yeah, I guess from what I understand, there's like 10 pool room bars that have like 15 9-foot tables in them, all within like a couple square miles or something like that.
Raleigh's a very cool city, too.
Yeah, it is.
It's been a few years since I was there. But
yeah, I'm going to
cool
go
city.
to Raleigh again when it gets warm.
When it
let
gets
you
warm.
guys all hang out up there.
After you spend your winter in the Keys, Alvin will be heading to the Keys after. So is that legit? You're just going to leave here and head down to the Keys, huh?
Oh, yeah.
From here? Nice.
Yeah. I got a wedding to film on the day before my birthday on the 13th. And then I'll be hanging out there for a while. And I have a few places I could stay in Florida. But, yeah,
nice.
I've got a couple invites in the Keys.
I'll have to look you up in like January.
Absolutely. You're always welcome.
I try to get down here a little bit over the winter myself.
Yeah, you said you went to University of Florida, so.
Yeah, go Gators, by the way. They won. They clinched the SEC East yesterday, so I was quite proud. In fact, I was kind of keeping my eye on the TV here yesterday during play, and it was not a pretty game, but one that they pulled out, so I'm very proud of my Gators.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't live in Florida, really.
Well, obviously we're based out of St. Louis, so that makes it difficult.
Yep.
Florida is a great place to live, particularly this Tampa area, but
particularly this month.
Yeah, well, as we get in the next couple months, but.
All right. Well, you always got a vacation spot whenever you come down. I'm gonna get my own spot down here. So. All right, there he does it again.
Henry's gonna go up 4-1. A reminder: this is a race to 11. I know we get a few comments about the race as people log on. Of course, we did get started a little bit early. We've been ahead of schedule all day, which is a good thing. So we kicked off the final at 6:15. I know it was scheduled to start at 7, but
rocking it out.
Like most things, we want to keep it moving. Neither one of the players wanted to sit for a long period of time and get cold. I know it's been a long. This is kind of an endurance, battle.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the 3-day event, so these guys are interested in getting it on and.
Yeah, they want to get it done.
And then getting to the beach with their big trophies.
Yeah.
They have to take an umbrella today.
They're playing so good, they're not taking the full amount of time you guys are allotting for them this year. When last year they were, we were pretty much on schedule.
Yeah, I will say
now they're running out a lot faster.
We've made some modifications to the way we run to the tournament. Some of you that have been following the coverage on our website, poolplayers.com, we've got a new electronic bracket up there, and that has helped keep everything. Yeah, it's a company we've been working with called CompuSport.
Nice. They've
been fantastic. They've been doing it with all of our events. We tested it at our junior nationals over the summer, implemented it fully at our national tournament in August, and it's really cool because it allows people to really kind of see where they'll have holes in their schedule, and not so much here with this event because a lot of you're playing so much. But when you go out to our events in Vegas, you're in Vegas. You want to have some time to kind of sightsee and that type of thing. Being able to look at the bracket in that way allows people to kind of see, okay, if I win, here's where when I'd be playing, and if I lose, it just kind of makes it a little easier to see.
Gives you a time window.
I think that information's always kind of been there, but it just kind of lays it out in a nicer format.
Gotcha.
Makes it a little clearer to know that in 3 days, we may have 5 hours depending on what we do here in this next couple matches. So.
I'll tell you, saving time is everything in a business. So you guys are very,
absolutely,
always tuning. I've been here 4 or 5 years now in a row, and I've seen your operation get smarter and quicker and less people and more efficient. And then this year you got rid of the big boards, and now you got the electronic system, so that's changing.
I will say I kind of missed the big board, though. It was always kind of a unique thing. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's like everything else. It evolves, and you try to become more efficient. You have to, because it's everything.
Sure.
In business, everything starts to cost more and more. You have to find ways to be more efficient as it goes. So.
Good. So everything's.
Somebody's asking
great
about the names of our commentators. Of course, your lead commentator here, your guy that's been here all weekend, is the one and only Alvin Nelson, who's responsible for bringing to the stream. I'm Jason Bowman. I'm the National Marketing Director for APA.
Heck yeah.
Looks like somebody's saying sound of the guy name is Derek. I'm not sure who Derek would be.
No.
We do have a Derek back at our office in St. Louis. I'm not sure if that's who they're talking about, but he's not here this weekend with us.
Nope. We got the boss on board, Jason Bowman.
The boss, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if I go that far.
The boss.
Every boss has another boss, so that's true of me as well. So.
Yeah. Henry Brodt, steady as he goes here.
He sure is.
Oh, on to the next one.
Living out on the sunny California coast these days, Mr. Brodt is. Good for him.
Yeah.
68 years old, recently retired.
He's done with that snow.
He's got his knees fixed so he can play pool all day. He said he's got a diamond table at home, and so he plays most of his pool there. He said he's also playing in a APA Masters League. He referenced famous pool room out west, Danny Kaye's. A lot of people will know that name. He likes to play out of when he does go out and play. So.
Now, what's the APA's Masters? I don't understand what's the difference between regular APA leagues and the Masters leagues.
So it's a little different.
I should know this.
The biggest difference for people is going to be there's no handicap, right? It's just your best game against my best game.
Gotcha.
There's some other minor things, no coaching.
Okay.
And it's a combination 8-ball, 9-ball.
Gotcha. It's like this.
3-man teams, yeah.
Okay.
So it's best of the best kind of thing, kind of like USAM, but in more of a team format.
Cool, I like that.
And it's extremely popular. A lot of the guys that play US
really
Amateur choose to play in our leagues in the Masters format. So
that sounds really fun.
Very popular format, growing format. And again, it's nice to watch players come out and just bring everything they've got. It's pretty cool. So.
Well, he makes his shot. He wins the rack. Just a rolling shot across the table. Nice medium speed, just like that.
Wow.
Can't hit that ball too hard.
Looks like David's going to concede the 8-ball there, just like we were talking about last game. So
he's like, come on, Henry. Just get it over with. Yeah, at the winter break format, at this far ahead, we'll see in 9-ball because David's 9-ball break's just spectacular. So see if he can get a chance here to get his break going, even in the 8-ball here at the end. What do we got? How many more racks?
So we are at our 6th game of 8-ball, so we've got 2 more 8-ball racks, and then we'll move to 9-ball. But So I guess that, David broke to start the match. Was that the only? He must have broke
Yeah.
twice, but the break looked different than what we saw in his last match with Ernesto that he won 7-0.
Speed.
Just doesn't look like he's getting. He was almost getting like that same pattern, that kind of semicircle pattern there that he was kind of setting up with his break there for a while.
Yeah, he was wanting the cue ball to go to the side rail and then back into the pack, and it was going under the rack instead. And that's a speed thing. Henry just crushed him. I'm really surprised. That's the soup kitchen break. That's the soup kitchen break, man. If you're a pro and you break like that, you're going to be eating at the soup kitchen. So.
And I'd be real surprised if David doesn't make some good work here, because this kind of sets up with.
There's a lot of balls on the rail to this side here. And that's going to be. There's one cluster, 2 balls on the rail, both stripes.
So he's going to stay away from the stripes and just focus on the low balls.
Yep, he beat that ball out of there. That was pretty good. Yeah, now he's just got to play this 2 in the side and take the shot on the. He may be able to go past that. The 13 ball with the 5. He's looking at that right now.
Yeah.
He's going to have to take that 5 ball after this shot. And then even if he makes the 5, the 11 ball is going to get in the way. Possibly hooks, stick him on the rail.
You can tell he's definitely concerned about that, what he's going to do when he gets there.
Yes.
That's the phenomenal thing about these guys too, is they just kind of see the table. It's very much like a chess match for him. He's not thinking about his next shot, right? He's thinking 3-4 shots down the line and kind of anticipating what Henry would do based on what he he may do. So
that's the higher level.
It's a lot like chess, yeah.
It is a lot like chess. That's right. 8 ball is very similar to it's a strategy game for sure. It's not just a shooter game like 9 ball.
Always amazed at how focused these guys can stay too.
Yep.
A couple dozen people watching them. Obviously, you've got 300-400 people on the stream watching, and they're well aware of that.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of locked in, focus on the table only.
That's the higher level. Ooh, he beat the 5 out. Nice.
Well, at least he cleared.
Yeah.
Cleared a path to it. Not sure he wanted to go quite that far with the cue ball.
No, I think he can spike this 7 ball though. It's straight in, and he doesn't have any English on the ball. This is not good.
He's going to go after it now, huh?
Yep, he's just going to spin this ball around about 4 times. Yep. Okay, so now he shoots this ball, the 3 ball. Or he may shoot the 1 in the corner. But that doesn't reward him. I think shooting the 3 first. No, maybe he can slide into this. He's going to run into this pack of balls here on the side, this cluster, and that'll stop him.
Try to take the 5 up to the. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he should have went down.
That's not what he wanted to do. I think he was trying to leave himself so he could go up top with the 5 ball, but he miscalculated and put it in the side pocket.
See,
ouch.
I would have liked to drive the balls into this cluster to stop it for the 5 up in the corner, but that's.
Well, if you want to take a break, go give him.
Yeah, I mean, I can run out from the booth all day long.
Speaking of which, what kind of player are you? I mean,
I can like James. I can.
James Adams.
Yeah,
took tied for 5th place in this event.
I can play with him.
Okay.
So I mean,
he's
better
than accomplished player then.
I'm okay, but I know how to play pool. Yeah.
Okay.
but I just don't practice that much or play because
Sure.
I never play. I never play and work at the same event.
Yeah.
You'll never see me hit a ball at a pool tournament.
Right, and that's the same for what we do.
Yeah,
you know,
you
you're not
can't-
going to see our staff running
No.
a tournament and then playing in it either. It's
Nope.
just kind of a conflict. So
I've seen that in media before. Some of the guys, they try to play in the events, and it's just no good.
it's tough. You know,
I
I
don't
can
do
I
it.
can remember for years Jose playing in this event. You know,
Sure.
trying
That's
to
why
run
you
the place
said
and
earlier.
play, and it's like
Yeah.
it's amazing that he's winning some matches because it's
Yeah.
like he's also worrying about do we got enough
Sure.
shrimp and hamburgers
Right.
and beer and
Sure, he's
all the
back
things.
there cooking half the time. You'd be surprised how much he's back there cooking.
Kind of an interesting question, Jason. I know you and Derek from Vegas. Jason, you have any tattoos? I do have one tattoo
Really?
on my ankle.
I thought
that's
you were a
always
good
covered
guy.
up. Oh, you're saying good guys can't have tattoos? I have a
No,
very
I mean-
small tattoo that
Okay.
I've had for I think since I was 18 years old
Okay,
on my
all
ankle.
right,
so
well, that's fine.
I won't get into specifics of what it is. It's nothing inappropriate, but that's about the only
Mine
tattoo I
says,
have.
I love mom, right on my arm.
Most people think, maybe I got a big APA tattoo on me. but
APA
no.
tattoo.
I tell you what, though, we've got a lot of. I see a
I
lot
bet
of
people-
them.
you do?
We've got a guy that's he's got an APA logo tattooed on his head with his membership number. So I've seen lots and lots of APA tattoos.
Wow.
Lots of APA tattoos in our system. So people love what people
I've
love
heard
the
it.
leagues. And
I love APA, man. I love it. I'm digging it. I like
So,
it.
yeah,
I like
there's-
it better than the gambling, hustling. I don't like all that. I like the professionalism.
Yeah, we try to stay. Of course, we know that stuff goes on in the pool world. We're not naive to think that it doesn't,
Sure.
but it's not what we choose to
No.
promote about the game.
No, absolutely not. Or
you know.
us either. We never. The video company was founded that we would not do gambling matches or anything like that. Now we have done Derby City where we do the action room, but that's only because we're restricted to that room. We can't do anything else at the Derby.
Right.
So, but we never have. We tell them don't put any money on the table. We don't want to know. Just play pool. Whereas other companies, that's what they love to promote, that they're gambling, and they'll do. You'll never see me do a video of
Right.
giant action match. I only do tournaments, prestigious events, or good amateur events. Henry's we just keep seeing him there. That gray shirt, that nice APA shirt you guys give everybody. I got one too.
Pretty unassuming, just kind of, again, slow and
there he
steady.
is.
He's not in a big hurry.
Nope.
He's just
Keeps popping
following
up.
through, finishing his shots, and if all goes right here, he's going to open up a pretty commanding lead
Sure is. He's halfway through this match.
with one game to go in the 8-ball set.
It's going pretty quickly too. We're at 47 minutes. This is the fastest.
David's going to concede the 8-ball again there. So Henry will go up 6-1. Again, this is a race to 11. These guys are going to play one more game of 8-ball before they switch to 9-ball. But at this point, David Rowell's got his work cut out for him.
Wow. The mental aspect too.
Yeah.
Wow, man. This is like. But it's winter break, so if it was alternating break, I'd say it was hopeless. But
Right.
if it's winter breaks, there's a chance.
Yeah.
So how many total 9-ball racks?
13 possible.
13
That's
possible,
if David can prolong some things.
It's
Which
hill.
again, he's a veteran of this event.
Yes.
Many times I've seen these guys get down
Oh,
4
yeah.
or 5 games and mount these huge comebacks. But it's tough, because of the quality of everybody here, unless you really get on a roll. But as we saw in David's last match with Ernesto, it can happen.
Yeah.
He can he runs off 3 or 4 games.
Sure.
It's like we're getting some questions on our Masters. I'm not sure specifically what kind of questions folks have. Of course, you can always go to our
Yeah.
website, poolplayers.com. If you click on our pre-registered events under their tournament information, you can find all the details you could ever want to know about our Masters program. A lot of times that'll vary locally depending on your league area. Not every league area is able to offer Masters, and that's because not every league area is large enough to support it, meaning it's made
Sure.
up generally of your upper echelon players. So in some circumstances, you just don't have enough of those to support an entire league. But so I would encourage you to go to poolplayers.com, check out the information there on Masters, and get a hold of your local league operator. if you don't have Masters, maybe you can work with your league operator to try to get something going on, because it is very fast-growing format for us.
Very good.
And we will apologize. Sometimes we kind of lose our
we can't
track
see.
of our chat, which is kind of to our right here. We peek at it every now and then. But
Yeah, it's not right. We're focusing in on the match.
But we do appreciate the questions, and we do appreciate those of you that are tuning in.
Yes,
this is live. This is very much live.
Yep, we're live.
Live here at Strokers in Palm Harbor, which is just outside Tampa, Florida.
We're live, son. I wasn't talking to you. We're live, son.
I think you're getting a little slap happy, aren't you?
That's been my thing.
Don't make me
all
slap
week.
you. No, I'm just kidding. Alvin has been working some more. Have you been sleeping? Have you getting any sleep while you're here?
Yep.
For like 3 hours?
Yeah, I get along. I do fine.
What time did you get out of here last night?
Not too late, about 10.
10 o'clock,
Yeah.
and you were back here for the 9 o'clock
7
round?
a.m.
You're working hard, man, and we appreciate it.
how I
Hopefully
do
you
it.
guys are really appreciating the work Alvin's bringing
you.
to you guys, because, man, it's I don't know you're going to get
love
rich
the
doing this,
challenge.
are you? But
No.
it's kind of a labor of love type of thing.
No, but the more events you guys hire me for,
Sure.
the more the better I do. I'll tell you. So that's why I'm here. I mean,
Yeah.
I try to impress you guys, man. I'm on my A game when I'm at these events, man. Everything stops in my world.
How many years have we been streaming this event together?
5.
5. This is our
This is
fifth
the
year.
fifth
Okay.
year. Yeah, so I'm like.
So we were initially doing it over the old Strokers over there in Tampa. Was that your first
No.
year at the old facility?
No, I think I was the first. Maybe it was 4 years then.
4 years?
This may be the 4th year.
Okay.
2011, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, because we did Ernesto.
I think 2011 was at the old Strokers there
It
off
was?
Hillsborough. Yeah,
Okay,
the
so
original
then it was
Strokers
12.
location. Used
Yeah,
to be
we
2
didn't go
Strokers
there.
locations. Now there's just the one over here in Palm Harbor.
Okay, so 4 years.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good. And we're getting better too. Well, we, meaning me, is getting better at what I do. I just need more cameras. So that's all. I'll fill these in, and then we'll have the full coverage next
just
year.
hidden behind the curtain back here.
That's right.
People may not know where you're at while you're here. I
They
mean,
don't
they're here
know.
and they're like, "Where's that guy?"
Yep,
He's
sometimes
back
I'm
here behind the curtain.
You'd be amazed the places I go sometimes. I'm upstairs in some closet upstairs. I'm in the casino way back in the back. What do we got here? If you don't want to answer
Just
them
some
chatters, they're just
sure questions related to Masters. So to the poster that's
What's he
looking for
saying?
information on Masters, just not able to find the information you're looking for, would encourage you to give our office a call on Monday. That's tomorrow, 636-625-8611. You can contact our player hotline, and we'll be somebody will get back with you with whatever your specific question is. Again, a lot of times that'll vary within the local league market, kind of what they offer. It's like a men's Masters tournament, not a women's. And again, that may just be because of sheer numbers of potential players. But again, without knowing all the details, it's kind of hard to answer that particular question. So. Every time I look up, Henry Brodt,
there he
still
is.
there.
He's there.
Quietly doing his thing.
Yep, I'm watching the patterns here.
It's just so amazing
giant
to,
frowny face.
to think. I mean, I feel like these guys have turned the clock back to the beginning of the millennium when they were the two. These were two of the guys that when you showed up at this tournament, they were the names you looked for.
Yeah.
And over the last few years, that's kind of changed. The names you were looking for were Brian
Changing.
Parks or Ernesto
Right.
or some of these other guys, the kind of the younger guns. And I don't know. They're beating back Father Time. We need to figure out what they're doing, right?
Just
get
the
a little of that,
knowledge, man. The knowledge and experience just dominates.
I think Henry found the Fountain of Youth out there in Laguna Beach, Florida. Is that where it's at? Fountain of
Cali.
Youth out there?
Cali, California.
Why do I keep saying that? Laguna Beach,
I don't
Florida,
know.
because we're in Florida.
Yeah, there's everything beach, Florida. So
Yeah.
that's why.
I think I said that when I announced their finals.
You
Laguna
did?
Beach, Florida. Yeah, Henry's a nice guy, so he won't hold it against me. But yeah,
Right.
Laguna Beach, California, West Coast.
West Coast time. I've spent some time out there. That's
Beautiful
I'm
area.
more of a Florida boy, though. All right.
Oh,
Is he hooked? Is he stuck? Is he done? Let's see.
can't tell if those are frozen there. Looks like
Yeah,
it from
he's-
here, but
He's not gonna be. He's not gonna be.
it's like the crowd's picking up here at
Yep.
strokers a little bit. Of course, you got Sunday NFL football going on.
Well,
so
everybody thought, too,
some of
that this final started at 7.
Right. Yeah. So for
earlier.
those that are tuning in late, we did get an early start. The last semifinal match finished up at I think about 5:30. And They didn't want to make these guys wait around for 90 minutes and get cold, and they both wanted to start. So we kicked off at 6:15 Eastern Standard Time. So if you're just now tuning in, you've got Henry Brodt, who was our 1998-99 U.S. Amateur Champion. He's leading 6-1 over David Rowell, also a former U.S. Amateur Champion. He won his title in 2000. Henry is undefeated at this point in the tournament, has not lost.
Undefeated,
of course,
the oldest guy in the room.
Right, 68 years old. Of course, we're in the final round now, so we are at single
68.
elimination.
He dogged it.
You're watching a race to 11, which is 8 games of 8-ball and potentially 13 games of 9-ball, depending on the score.
Which we'll be going to
this will be this will be their last game 8-ball, and we'll see if anything changes.
And David really, he got a shot. I think he's got a shot in the side pocket. Wants to keep it
I don't
alive.
want to say David desperately needs this game, but man, it sure wouldn't hurt. As he could use any kind of confidence boost at this point before they switch over to 9-ball.
Oh yeah, that would be a great way to get into the 9-ball set by winning a rack. The mental edge is huge with pool.
Talking to David before the match, this is the first time he's played in the U.S. Amateur since 2012, and I said, and he's a guy that we used to see every year, and I said, what's been going on? He said, haven't been able to qualify. So he was actually playing in the preliminary rounds there out of Bumpers in Alabama, and that's a tough preliminary there. You've got Robert Hall, you've got Carlos Carter, who I think finished tied for 7th in this event. A few other guys, so a lot of good pool players come out of that area for sure.
That's strong pool. Yeah, and he's here. He's got his Purple Heart cue, Purple Heart shaft cue here. I went up and just kind of felt it a little bit. It's very strange, but I think I'd like to hit a ball with it sometime. But I could see how good he's shooting with them. So maybe not this match, but he sure ran that Ernesto over with that thing. Okay, he's
nice
going
to
land good on this ball.
Again, we are live here at Strokers in Palm Harbor, 2015 U.S. Amateur Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association and brought to you by Inside Pool Magazine and their streaming.
The Strokers Palm Harbor.
The man who's making it all possible here, Elvin Nelson, and Jason Bowman with the APA.
That's it, yep.
All right, David, let's see if you can finish it out here.
He's got a little
gonna try to bank this ball?
No, he's going to do a little back cut on the. Oh, he does want to bank it. I don't like that. I do not like that. That's such a wide bank. He's going to have to hit it nice and soft. Watch the speed. He'll hit it about a 3 speed. Hit it a little hard. It's going to go long.
Oh.
Yep. Hitting that soft is so key. Now he left him down on the rail, and Henry's really got to come with a shot across the table.
To make a long shot here,
Yes, he is.
This is one of those shots as a 3 who plays on 7-foot tables. I know. Well, no, he's gonna
play a one-pocket shot here. Actually, he's gonna fire it back in his hole. No,
he's gonna play safe.
Nice safety.
Well,
why not?
That's smart.
These
guys understand that sometimes it's just best to play safe.
Yeah, you don't need to shoot at your hole every time.
And Henry might have taken a decent shot there, but like anything else, that is a lot of space to cover, especially on these 9-foot tables, and it's a big difference between most of our amateur pool players who are used to the 7-foot tables and coming here and playing on the 9-foot.
Yeah.
Spent some time with the defending champion from last year, Kenny Brisbane, and he was talking about that's one of the things that brings him back each year is the 9-foot tables. He's trying to be consistent in his game, and he believes that he feels pretty comfortable in a 7-foot, and that he can he can control what happens there if he plays his game, but the 9-foot table is still a challenge for him. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of these players, you know.
Yeah, and the pros are playing on the 5x10s now, and
Yeah, those things are crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
They insist, but you know, like Earl, he says it's too easy for him now. The 5x10's too easy. He wants a 6x12 with 4 pockets, no side pockets. 6x12 with only corner pockets. That's how the
that
pros.
shows you the distinct difference
that's
between
him.
what the pros want to do and what
Strickland,
what makes sense in the amateur game. Boy,
Yeah.
that safety's looking like it was a genius move because he's
Sure
looking.
was.
Barring a major mistake here, Henry is going
Yeah.
to take a 7-1 lead in this 9-ball set.
He's got to get right on this ball. Oh man, he's going to take a long.
He
he's
wanted
going
to go a
take
little
tough
bit
shot
further
here.
over, yeah.
He's got to really land this ball right. He's not happy the way he's stepping out. I love how he's looking at the line. That's good. He's looking at the line.
There it is. Henry Brodt now leads 7-1.
Wow, I did not expect this at all.
I would have to agree with you on that one, especially having just watched David's match against Ernesto
I
Bayao.
know, he mowed him down.
That he won 7-0. Yeah, really didn't see this coming. And it'll be interesting to see if David can regroup fairly quickly because Henry is now 4 games away from winning his 3rd U.S. Amateur Championship and first since 1999.
Wow.
Since the last millennium was the last time Henry Brodt won a U.S. Amateur Championship. So, great storyline if it happens.
No,
you know,
that's good.
I'm the
You got
guy
a lot
that
to work
writes
with.
the articles for the magazine.
You're good,
so
too.
yeah, I'm already like sizing it up. But either way, it'd be a good storyline here. But boy,
yeah, you've definitely taken some. You know your stuff.
I think David has put himself in a position here that is gonna be tough against a guy like Henry. You know, a guy as methodical as Henry to mount a comeback, but not unheard of. You know, I've seen it many times, especially in the finals.
Yeah, and
hardest thing it is close out a match. You know, it's like a closer in baseball. You know, it's
Sure.
that 9th inning is always the toughest.
Oh yeah, Henry's got dry break here. Wow.
It looked like he kind of whipped it. You can see he's frustrated. He
Uh-huh.
kind of whipped his cue back there.
Yep. David's got
See if
a
David
shot
can
on
take
the
advantage. Well, how about the way David finished off that match with Ernesto? That last shot was quite amazing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
If we had a top 10 highlights, it would have been on it. It was like, whoa, that's.
That was the best shot.
Trying to size up what he was going for there. And
I seen one of the women play a really, really, really nice shot. I can't remember who it was, but that one, and then in the men's side was the shot he made to win the match.
Well, you talk about a good final. That ladies' final was pretty remarkable.
It really was.
Between Dana Aft and Marietta, Georgia, and Stacy Bourbeau of she's from up in Massachusetts. A really good match. A lot of back and forth.
Oh my gosh, he's setting him up with the 1-9 combo.
I'll be interested in seeing if Henry, if he tries to execute this yet.
The 9's way too far away from the hole. The closer the 9 gets to the hole, the better chance you have of making it. He's going to shoot it.
Is he?
Yeah, of course he's going to shoot
He's got a 7-1 lead, so
He's
you know
shooting it.
if there's a time to take a chance, this would be it.
And the mental edge of making this ball, it's a very low percentage shot, and I think Henry knows it. But I think he's just kind of going to give David a shot, which is not good to do. But
or is he?
Oh, he's playing.
Is he
the
coming
1-9.
around?
Nah, he's going to play the 1-9. Yep.
And he got it.
Sure did.
Making us look silly, didn't he? I mean, it's just crazy.
Played at perfect speed.
What these guys are capable of doing with the cue stick.
But you've seen that like snap speed where it all just happens. You hit it at any other speed than that where it all happens, then it doesn't work. It goes long or short.
So pretty much the same as we've moved into the 9-ball set. A lot of domination by I'm going to start calling him King Henry again.
Yeah,
he
is.
We did back in the late 90s when he won the back-to-back events. We dubbed him King Henry. I think we actually put like a crown on him. And,
nice.
And which he was totally uncomfortable with. Don't get me wrong, but super nice guy. Was cool with us doing it. But
we got to do it again.
He is.
Man, you should have brought the robe.
He's dominating. I know. I had to go back to the office and see if we still got some of those marketing materials with him on it because it's just amazing. He has definitely came to play.
He'll have Steve Photoshop or Greg Photoshop in the.
Henry is undefeated thus far in this tournament as well, so he has not lost a match. Of course, David's only lost
to
this morning to Henry in a hill battle. So
yeah, David's got a. He's looking at this one ball. Not sure. 6 is hanging there. I think he's just going to bring the one down table. I don't think he was going to do anything silly like. That's a great shot there.
One of our viewers made an excellent point. The fact that David can put together several racks, and there's no doubt about that.
No problem, buddy. Yeah, he can.
No doubt about that. That he can put together several racks and get back in this match very quickly. But at this point, man, I'm just not seeing.
No, he's lost the mental advantage.
Exactly.
And at that far down with winter breaks,
he's almost going to need some kind of break here. And man, it just doesn't seem like Henry's making any mistakes at this point.
Yeah, he's got a little funny on this ball, but that's okay. He can play a safety where he brings the 1 to the bottom rail under the 7 and takes the cue ball up table. I would think would be the way that he'd play this. Yeah, he's going to bring it down under the 7. Or he's just going to cut it in and run out and not care.
He's certainly in position to do it here. We'll see if he can.
Great little cut there. That was very risky too.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the advantages of being up 8-1 is you can take a few more chances, like we said. But I think any chances you see Henry try to make are going to be very calculated, you know.
Definitely. No. InsidePool.tv. No problem, buddy. You're all good. Nice people here in Florida.
Yeah, lots of folks. When you're in a pool room and you're streaming an event, lots of people are interested in what are you doing, especially those that aren't necessarily here for the pool tournament. We do have...
it's brutal, dude.
We do have a lot of football fans here as well. They've got a great setup here at Strokers with all the football games on and things, so kind of cool.
The hardest thing is when I'm setting up and people will sit down and eat their lunch and watch me work. It's like I'm the entertainment for the. They'll sit around the field and sit there. And every time I look down, they're staring at me, chewing on their food.
They're more interested in watching you than what's happening on the screen, huh?
Yep, and one after the next. Well, what's going on here? What are you doing? Well, I'm doing a video for return. What's going on here? Yeah, it's like you're a clown when you're doing this. It's definitely. And then you're back here, people come back and they're like, whoa, what's this? Television booth.
How long did it take you to get set up when you got here?
This show I take 2 days.
2 days to
Normally
set up?
It's a full day.
It's pretty impressive, folks. If you know
you.
You're not here and you can't see it, but wow, for a place like this too that's not necessarily set up for streaming. I mean, they do have great Wi-Fi, which is where it all starts.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't do much without that, but all the cords and things that are strapped to the ceiling and the lighting and everything else.
Well, I don't
impressive.
want people tripping over stuff, so I set the whole show up on the ceiling upside down.
And from a liability standpoint, we thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. Yep,
cords can be dangerous, especially when
everything's on the ceiling.
Drinking is involved.
Yep, this camera's on the ceiling. This camera's on the ceiling. That's how you see the angles, anyway. So
Henry is. I don't know that I've seen him miss a shot that he should make here,
and
it looks like he's well on his way.
Listen to the center of that pocket, man. He's really hitting. He's tuned in. He's picking which part of the pocket he's hitting. I love how he sets up. It's great.
Folks, Henry Brodt has taken a commanding, I don't even know if commanding is strong enough for it, but a 9-1 lead here in the finals of the 2015 U.S. Amateur Championship.
He has to be the oldest guy in the tournament.
I don't necessarily know, but I would wager to bet that he is.
Yeah,
Henry is 68 years old.
I'm trying to think if I've seen any older guys than him.
I don't know.
Maybe one or two
I don't
his
know
age.
if Tom Akavati was here this year, and I'm not sure what
didn't
his
see
age
him,
is. He's
no.
one of the older guys that's been in the USAM circuit in a long time.
Uh-huh.
But he your fan club out there, Alvin.
Hey, we get all types.
Alvin Nelson fan club.
Good and bad. That's all right.
He really does have quite a fan club, though. You see people come back here. And
some people.
I guess you make a lot of friends as you go, huh?
Oh yeah, I've actually been traveling and somebody's like, "Oh, come and stay at my." I've never met this person. Come and stay at my house.
Somebody you met online.
You can stay in my room. Me and my wife, we'll sleep on the couch.
That's kind of weird.
No,
but,
they're very hospitable. I was being extreme.
I understand.
But it's like people. I just meet them off the chat, and there's haters out there too. Like this guy I'm looking at out here hating on me a little bit, but that's all right.
Is that Skohud?
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. We can hate. People don't. They either love you or they don't. That's all right.
Yeah.
But you're doing a great job, Jason. For this is you do this every year with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always enjoy.
I'm not so used to doing the commentating thing, but I don't mind sitting in with you. It's fun to kind of chat and just take in the final match here.
Sure.
I'm hoping not that I'm partial to anybody winning this match, but I'm hoping David can maybe pull this a little closer here. He's going to play safe there. It looks like. Make Henry be the aggressor and see if he can't get to that 2-ball back there. But he certainly needs something at this point. I can't tell. Looks like no. Henry's just getting his equipment ready. Sometimes these guys will take a little bit of a break in the middle of a match, take a bathroom break, but
especially at this late in the match.
Question about whether you guys will be streaming anytime in Southern California. You got anything planned in Southern California? Nothing in Southern California?
I have nothing planned anytime, ever.
I'm sure you would go, though, if something was there, right? Southern California's
cool.
If
somebody can get me out there.
Particularly in the wintertime.
I'd do it, but,
But no, you're on your way to the Keys.
That's right.
And I know there's not much streaming going on down there. Maybe some fishing and
going to the Caribbean Club.
Yeah, you got your sunscreen packed and all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Man, jealous.
Yeah.
Jealous.
It's only going to be 90 all winter. Yeah. That's how I designed my life, man. I picked this a long time ago.
So we got a little bit of a cat and mouse game going on now.
And I know.
And maybe that's what David needs. Is he just needs the force and air here to get back to get another tally on the board.
Boy, he's in trouble because Henry can pocket this 2-ball.
Yeah, I don't think that was exactly what he was going for there. Can't tell if the 9-ball's cutting into his angle there, though.
Man,
just a little, just
I'm
enough.
Surprised
just
you missed
enough.
That ball.
Yeah, but that was I think that was the mistake David was hoping for. He's trying to force a mistake there. Finally gets something to try to build on, and we'll see if he can capitalize now. But of course, he doesn't look like he's got much.
No.
I can't tell if he's got a shot there or not. But
let's see here. His head's
if he'd move his noggin there.
Yeah, it's tough. We need another camera. I think he can hit a piece of this ball. Yeah, he did hit a piece of it. He actually played a really nice shot.
Looks like you're getting some love out there, Alvin, saying you're doing a great job.
Okay, yeah,
and we think so too, Alvin.
Well, thanks, Jason.
For those of you that don't know, Alvin has been here for the last several days. He's been here for about a week now.
Yeah.
From setup to about 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
Trying to commentate on pool, which if you've never tried it, I'd encourage you. You can at home start talking along with us if you'd like.
Yeah.
It's always a little bit of a challenge to keep the viewers entertained, but the numbers look good. Look like we're at over 400 viewers now.
Yeah.
So that's climbing. Of course, we did get started again, as a reminder, a little bit early. We were scheduled for 7 o'clock Eastern start, the semifinal round, which finished up about an hour and a half early. So they went ahead and kicked off the final at 6:15 to make sure that both these guys were still fresh.
And we are rocking through it now. We're in the final quarter of the match, I would assume, the way that it's going. But we'll see. now he's got ball in hand. Maybe
an opportunity here.
Maybe he can prove me wrong. And
so, Alvin, you got a question here about the
Yes.
lights around the table.
Oh,
How
the
you
lighting.
light the streaming table?
This is the least amount of lighting I've done this year. I kept the side rail lights off because of the tables next to the main table. Last year they were throwing some extra shadows. So I use high output fluorescence, T5, and that's the small tube with the bright light. I put two fixtures, 4 bulbs over the table, and then 2 bulbs on their shoulders on the end rails, the short rails. That way, when they say walk by this camera, their back isn't being in shadow. I light their shoulders. So that's basically how.
Photography and video in pool rooms is tough. You know,
Yeah.
we deal with that. Of course, we got a great
Sure.
guy, Steve Alejandro, that works for us when it comes to photography and stuff. But boy, it's challenging in shooting pool.
So
not physically shooting pool, but shooting it from a camera perspective because of the lighting issues. Obviously, pool rooms, tournament rooms are generally darker with all the light focused on the table itself. So, you know, if you're trying to take a picture or something and they're not centered in the table where you're getting the table light, it's very difficult. You've got to have the right equipment. And there's there's a handful of people out there that do it really well, and we're lucky to have a few of them here with us this weekend. One being Alvin, and one being Steve Alejandro, our media production guy. So
yeah, you guys do a heck of a job with you got those awesome. I like them LED lights you guys got now.
we try to dress it up a little bit when we get here. You know,
Yeah.
put our signature on the event.
Ooh, definitely do a good job.
Yeah, he just looks night and day different than what we saw an hour and a half ago against Ernesto. You know, he just looks.
Henry took the wind out of him. Well, he beat him the first round, like you said. That's going to give him an advantage immediately.
Right.
And then Henry's just playing so strong. He's going to play he's going to go up table with the cue ball, up and down table with the cue ball, cross bank the 4 around he wants to cross bank it up to around the 6 ball, behind the 6 ball, I would think. He's going to bring the cue ball back down. Ooh, he mishit it. Ooh, he gave up ball in hand.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. Henry with another big mistake, and we'll see again if David can capitalize on that.
He's going to play the same.
I think that's what you haven't seen that yet this match. That's a big one there.
Yep, he's going to try to do it again. Uh-oh, he ran into the 7. Not good. Henry's going to make this ball.
David has got to be frustrated at this point.
Watch
Just
this.
nothing seems to be going his way, even when he's getting a break.
Boy, he's got it.
Complete 180 from what we saw in his match.
That's incredible.
An hour and a half ago in Ernesto Bayala, that David just absolutely dominated, won 7-0, barely gave Ernesto a shot at the table, and this is a stark contrast to that match.
Yeah, I've seen this several times in my pool career. Players come off of a shutout and then get shut out themselves almost.
Peak too soon, yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah. Very interesting. It's all knowledge, man. It's all learning. I look for him to make this ball. No, I was wrong. That's not an easy shot, but
Definitely not an easy shot. But yeah, the way he's been, going along,
right?
You've kind of expected him to pocket about everything. So again, we'll see if David can capitalize here.
So he's actually human, folks.
Again, we are watching the 2015 U.S. Amateur Championship presented by the APA here at Strokers, Palm Harbor, Florida, just outside of the Tampa area, right across the bay, if you will.
Sure.
You got Henry Brodt leading David Rowell 9-1. Both of these gentlemen former U.S. Amateur champions.
This is
so one way or another, we're going to have a repeat champion, regardless
sir.
Who wins this match.
This is David Rowell you're looking at here in the green, in case you don't know.
David's from Birmingham, Alabama, where he gives, of course, he was running a pool room there that he said he just sold in January. He focusing now on giving instruction and doing his custom cues, one of which he's playing with right now that's received a lot of attention on the stream because of the Purple Heart shaft that he's playing with. So Henry's going to get back at the table again. Henry is 68 years old, now living in Laguna Beach. He was from, of course, back when he was reigning in the U.S. amateur circuit. He was living outside Chicago there, but he's since retired. He and his wife have moved out to Laguna Beach, California. I think I've said Florida a few times, so I'll get my coast correct.
Florida.
Florida, yeah. Florida, home of the sunshine.
Anywhere it's warm. You guys don't get it too bad in Missouri, though. Yeah.
So, yeah.
One's flying everywhere.
Okay, I was going to say, he's going to take ball in hand, right? He's clearly struck the 9 first there, and I think Henry did that intentionally, but...
I've seen stranger things in this tournament.
A comment, from E-Biker. Yeah, David really hasn't had many great opportunities. It seems like every time he's at the table, he's hung behind something, or he's
that's how Ernesto.
He's just trying to persevere at this point and find an opportunity to kind of sneak back in. If he can steal a game here and get a good break, maybe he can get on a run, but we'll see.
Yeah, with winter breaks, man, and Henry's so close to the hill. This is going to be a really tough run for him. And this is when they make their mistakes, too, because they got all this going on in their mind. The mistakes amplify.
So let me ask you, as a commentator, is it tough to like not root for one of these guys?
Yeah, sometimes it really is.
Because like at this point, I'm like kind of rooting for David just because of the score.
You root for the guy that's
you always
ahead.
Want it to kind of ended up. Oh, always for the guy that's ahead.
Root for the guy that's ahead. Yeah. But sometimes, like, my friends are playing each other, and
oh, that's gonna be
trying
tough.
To think of a. Yeah, I just did one, a couple weeks ago at the World 14-1.
Now, I would say if we were watching David play an hour and a half ago, you'd fully expect he's going to run out here.
Yeah, now you don't know, right?
I would still suspect he will, but again, with the way things have kind of gone in this match, I'm almost, it's one of those almost afraid to look. You just hope he can.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay and get out and maybe break and run the next rack, and he's going to have to break and run
maybe get
every
a 9
rack.
on the snap.
A couple 9s on the snap.
Saw a 9 on the snap come up huge in that women's division final.
Yeah.
They were back and forth, Dane Aft and Stacy Bourbeau. Of course, Henry's going to concede the 9 ball. We're seeing a lot of that, aren't we? I don't know if I remember ever seeing that as much as I've seen it this year.
You need to make a rule. No
conceding
concession.
that last ball.
It's not professional. They need to make that last. I've seen pros miss that ball. Miss it.
Yeah, it's
Shane Van Boning in the hole.
And I don't know if it's one of those where, obviously David's done it a couple times, so I don't know if Henry feels kind of obligated to return the favor kind of thing. But
do we shoot it? Do we not shoot it? Are we? Then they're starting to look at each other when they get.
I'm kind of on the fence with it. I kind of understand that it's a respect and kind of class type of thing, which is very much embodies this event. But at the same time, I'm a skill level 3, so I want to make sure everybody's shooting what they got to shoot. I can't give up anything.
I mean, like I said, I've seen them all miss straight-in shots for the cheese. Set-winning 9 balls right in the hole.
So David hits the 1 off the break. He looks good for the 2.
Even Efren Reyes misses straight-in balls in the hole. I mean, it's a brain. Something happens in their brains, man, and they just.
Well, he may not have as good a look on the 2 as it.
No, he can't. He can't pocket this ball.
He's trying to measure the angle there, see if he can get it in there.
I don't like it. Maybe though. I think he cross-banked the 2 here. We'll see. Maybe he's trying to shoot it. It's like a back cut. Yeah. See, it doesn't go.
Tough. Just couldn't quite get it.
Yep. It was like
game of millimeters, right?
Yeah, that was a reverse shot there. That was. Yeah.
Kind of lost track on the
I just shut it
the
down.
comments there. We always try to kind of keep up, but some of them I'm thinking
Yeah,
you're not sure who's referring to what, but
No,
we're glad you're tuning in.
Yeah.
All 400 of you out there in internet land. We hope you're enjoying the 2015 U.S. Amateur Championship. It's been another great event down here in Tampa.
Yeah.
Of course, APA is proud to run this event. It's the only event APA produces that is open to both members and non-APA members. So sometimes kind of a misconception that this is an APA event. It's run by APA, but not necessarily an APA event. Huge mistake by Henry. I kind of wonder if these guys are getting a little tired. You know,
Henry wants to close it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're starting to see these mistakes amplifying.
Can hear the frustration from David from here.
Yep, he got flat.
I can't get safe.
Huh.
Yeah, a lot of frustration for David Rowell right now.
Yeah, he put some distance between the.
Yeah.
Henry's going to shoot at this ball, and he's going to try to go in and hit the 5 from the bottom. I don't think he can do it though.
Nice comment touting Mr. Brodt's 68 years young and the strong performance he's put on here. We would totally agree with you. It's nice to see him. One of the great things about Poole is kind of regardless of gender, age, physical ability, plays a nice safety there.
Yeah,
one of those games that can be enjoyed by really anybody. So I know we had one of our first wheelchair-bound players here this week. I don't know if you saw Jeff Dozell. Super nice guy. Very involved in the National Wheelchair Players Association.
Yeah.
Now I can't necessarily confirm that it's the first time ever, but as far as we could remember back, first time I remember a wheelchair player qualifying for this event. So that's pretty impressive. You know, of course we do run a wheelchair event out at one of our national events in Vegas, our spring event.
There's a wheelchair player that plays here in West Central Florida. Good wheelchair player. He plays out of Capone's.
It's amazing to see some of those guys play. I watch them at our nationals in Vegas. It's just wow.
Yeah.
You know, to see what they can overcome
yeah, I mean.
And I mean, these aren't guys that are just like low skill. You know, you've got some guys that are every bit as good as these USA Amateur Championship caliber players, and
I've seen them
playing with overcoming some challenges that really special. So it was good to see Jeff out here at the event this week.
Yeah, that's awesome. They can do that because I've been where I can't walk, and I'll tell you, man, there's nothing in the world worse than not being able to walk. So it's good that those guys can do this and come out and be part of APA and play in this tournament. Either and/or is it APA or not.
Right.
And that's good that you guys open it up to everybody.
So Henry Brodt has quietly climbed to the hill of this match, folks. He now leads 10-2.
Man.
And barring probably the most miraculous comeback ever in USAM history, he's going to be your next champion. He now leads again 10-2.
Man,
a long way to go for David. So we'll see. See where it goes. But this could be this wonderful event could be wrapping up rather shortly, couldn't it?
Yes, it could.
We'll see. I just think David's got to be frustrated. Looks like Henry's going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's actually coming back our way.
There he is.
Maybe compose himself a little bit. So
10-2.
Henry Brodt is on the hill, folks. Leads 10-2. Again, this is a race to 11. These players played 8 games of 8-ball. Have since shifted to the 9-ball set, which maximum of 13 games of 9-ball. Don't think we're getting there, Alvin.
No.
I'd be real shocked.
No, I can't. I don't think it's possible.
You might hear some hoopering and hollering if they get there, you know, because it would be one heck of a comeback.
That would be amazing.
I'm a big college football fan. I don't know if you watch college football. You see that Michigan State-Michigan game earlier this year with the block
no,
punt for the touchdown, like 5-10 seconds to go.
I didn't see
as
that.
time expired, and it would take that kind of miracle right now. So stay tuned, folks. You may be watching like the next big miracle in sports, and
you're gonna
we'll
find
send
out
it to
about
ESPN and see what they think. But
and you're gonna find out about how hard it is to really commentate a long set.
yeah, no kidding. We'd be here a while. We might have to order some more of the fantastic shrimp they got here at Strokers. So we got David Hall, one of our former champions, joining us. Robert Hall. David Hall was another former champion. What is this? You trying to feed me a drink while I'm on the stream?
He's on the clock, man. He's working.
What is this?
Some form of Stroker's beverage, which...
David here, man.
Robert.
Yeah, I know it. I saw you mouth the type. So I was. We've been joined here by Robert Hall, who was our 2001 U.S. Amateur Champion, watching his good friend David Rowell here, and we're trying to figure out what's going on here.
Hey, thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's getting. Looks like he's had a few chances, but it seems like Of course, Robert and David, both from the Alabama pool circuit. Henry is playing well. Talked to him before the match. He said he's had both knees replaced. So I don't know if that's a big difference with him. Three Bama players in the top 8. So we had Robert finished tied for 7th. Carlos Carter and David. So 3 Alabama players in the top 8, all from Birmingham area. You're Huntsville. Okay. And I'm getting a message here that says, "Tell Robert that Richard says howdy," and I'm guessing that's Richard Andrews, who another great player from that Alabama circuit. We miss you. We miss you here, Mr. Andrews. It's been a while since we've seen you, but hope you're well.
Yeah, Richard Andrews. I know him. He's a cool dude. Yeah. Okay. What?
So, Robert, just while you're here, in a match like this, at this point, I mean, what's kind of David thinking here? Is he just... Robert's being a little shy, but he's going to grab the headset and join me. We just wanted to get a little insight on maybe what's kind of, as a friend in both, of David's as well as a same caliber player, former champion. What do you think he's going through in his head right now? This big lead that Henry's opened up.
I mean, I don't feel like he's out of. I don't think he feels like he's out of it. He just hasn't got the opportunities that he might normally would have. I mean, it only takes one missed ball and
get on a little bit of a roll.
3 or 4 game swing can go a long ways.
Stark contrast to what we saw in his match with Ernesto a little bit earlier this evening, where he just really came out and dominated. And it's a credit to Henry. Henry's as good a player as you'll find out there, too. A lot of great players in this event. So sometimes it's not so much about what you're able to do, but what the other guy is kind of controlling at that point. Is that right?
Absolutely. They're both very capable of making a huge run. And obviously, David there just made
another bad mistake
had
for
a bad
David.
Break.
Yeah.
It seems that way, but
Now, Robert, did you match up with either one of these guys this year in the tournament?
I did. I played David last night to get to today.
Okay.
And I did not play my best pool. David punished me for it. And I think he beat me 7-4.
First time we've seen David here since 2012. He said he's had a little trouble qualifying out of the prelim that you guys all go to there in the Huntsville area. So sounds like you two split up and went to different prelims.
We did this year. Richard plays in our area. David plays. We've got a lot of good players in our area.
And what would you attribute that to? Is that just a cultural thing there in your area? A lot of good pool rooms?
I don't think there's really a lot
something
of
in the water there.
That must be it. We've got a few good players, and they really love this event. And seem to do well at it.
We were talking a little bit earlier.
Richard finished second, what, in 2008 or 9 or something like that. And Carlos, obviously.
Carlos 2 years ago, runner-up, yeah.
Yep, runner-up.
What would you say, just out of curiosity, Robert, you know, I think there were 6 of you guys that have won this event previously that are back this year. And you've already kind of accomplished everything there is to accomplish here, but what brings you guys coming back year after year?
The players themselves. It's everybody here is kind of good people. And that's what I like more than anything. I don't do this for a living. I love the competition and the play, and you know, win or lose, everybody seems to be just really genuine and good people.
Right. I would say if you could sum it up in one word, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but class. I mean, this is a great event. It comes, you know,
this is by far
the players dress different, the attitude is different, the sportsmanship is great. You know, handshakes after every match. It's about the most positive environment I've seen in a pool tournament.
Absolutely.
And we're glad that you guys do come back year after year. That's what makes this event special, is you get to see these guys kind of.
This is by far my most favorite tournament of the year, even though there's nothing tangible that I'm going to win from it other than, you know, a shot at the U.S. Open, which, you know, those guys play 3 classes better than I do. But, you know, it's fun, and these are all good people, and I enjoy playing them. Everybody, just about everybody here has a very good attitude, win or lose.
Well, there's an endorsement direct from one of the legends here at the U.S. Amateur Championship, Robert Hall, your 2001 U.S. Amateur Champion, whose name, of course, is included on the Larry Hubbard Trophy of Champions. So he's already entered that realm of immortality. He's going to be known forever as U.S. Amateur Champion, something he'll always have on his billiard resume, if you will.
I thank you guys very much. It is a pleasure to play the APA, that's for sure.
Well, we appreciate hearing that.
Absolutely great. All right, well, to that.
Robert Hall signing off and heading back towards the bar. Robert, always good to see you, buddy. Thanks for the drink.
See you next. See you next year. Absolutely, sir.
Again, that was Robert Hall, one of the guys that really kind of, you know, embodies this event,
absolutely.
You know, and everything it's all about. Super nice guy.
Well, you're about to go get busy, aren't you?
It looks that way.
It looks that way. Go do your job here.
It looks that way.
We want to thank Jason Bowman.
It's been a pleasure
commentating with us.
Been a pleasure. I hope everybody back home has enjoyed the event. And Alvin, once again, we appreciate all your hard work. And
you too, sir.
I'm going to go announce here in just a moment our new U.S. Amateur Champion.
You did a great job. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, there he was, Jason Bowman. Thank you, Jason. Go do your job. All right, we'll be bidding you that good night on that one, folks. Here on the Billiard Channel, InsidePool.tv. You're looking at the winner, Henry Brodt.
2015 U.S. Amateur Champion from Laguna Beach, California, Mr. Henry Brodt.
Keep on walking out there, Henry. There you go. Don't be shy. Rowell. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, it's been an honor to be here. It's been a grind, but I want to thank you for everyone here at Inside Pool and the APA. It's been an amazing event. Thanks for tuning into the Billiard Channel. And don't forget some of our sponsors, Muellers.com. Muellers.com. Tell them that you appreciate their support of Inside Pool this year. They've been our main backer. And every month they've been making sure we keep moving forward. So thank you, Muellers.com. Also, save money, be energy efficient, and GoGreen.com. Visit this website, check it out, save money, be energy efficient, and gogreen.com. They helped roll my wheels to get to this event. Doug Wu and the crew, and ruthlessbilliards.com, Ruthless Billiard Apparel. Check out their fine threads, which I'm wearing. And that's it. You got your winner, Henry Brodt, here at Strokers. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure you're here next year. Come and see Jose and his crew. It's a family establishment here, baby. So thanks again, everyone. We'll be wrapping it up. There's Rolando, the house man. He's responsible for all these beautiful tables. And there's Kerry McAuliffe walking in. Well, that's it, son. InsidePool.tv signing out, baby, live.